As early as I can remember, I have found people's culture fascinating. I might not have known it as culture, but I was awed by the differences in how people acted, spoke, and practiced unique traditions. When people spoke in a language other than English, it struck me as a mysterious secret that I wanted to know. In 7th grade, I had the choice to engage in Hispanic culture by taking a Spanish class, and I seized the opportunity. This was one of the best decisions I have made, and I am happy to say that today, 8 years later, I still study Spanish and am able to use it in my everyday life. For the last year, and many summers before, I have volunteered with a kids club that serves predominantly Hispanic children in low-income areas. I have worked with children in math, reading, and have even been able to translate stories to children who do not know English. This is why being a volunteer with ESL at home for my service learning project was such an exciting prospect. I was further looking forward to engaging with the adult Hispanic population since many of my cross-cultural experiences have been with children. I have admired the traditional Latino view of time, family, and friends that I saw firsthand when working for a Latino family from my church. Through working with my students in ESL, I was reminded of what I envy from their culture. Going to my 3 ladies' houses throughout the week, I was able to step out of my busyness and stringent schedule and step into their world. My student Norma reminded me of the importance of easy conversation as a way to enjoy and understand life. I was reminded that I can be content just by valuing people, instead of valuing materials or accomplishments. For those few hours a week, I was able to throw out my to-do list and stop being a prisoner to time. Norma reminded me that taking breaks is necessary and that learning can be fun. Her hospitable and generous spirit was shown moment to moment. I have not left her house once without being fed a generous, delicious meal. She modeled what being an ideal mother looks like, from cooking fresh, whole meals each day, to sacrificing her time to run around to pick up her 3 kids, to working on the side to earn extra money. It was easy to see that family came first, people in general came next, and that her own needs always came last. A remarkable example. Even though I was called teacher, and the women were called students, the exchange of knowledge flowed constantly back and forth across the spectrum. As I impart my knowledge about the English language, they impart wisdom from different perceptions and experiences, such as what it's like living in a country with a foreign language and culture. Their unofficial roles as teacher and ambassadors for their own culture has overwhelmed me with new truths to absorb. I was surprised to see to what extent my privileged background affected how I view and interact with people, and I am thankful for my students' unknowing patience toward me as I reevaluated the prejudices and incorrect assumptions that have built up over the years. The idea of looking beneath the surface and reaching out before passing judgment has become more important to me with each new intercultural encounter. This project has made me realize that you can only begin to understand a culture by immersing yourself in it and discovering its idiosyncrasies by trial and error. By living in another culture's social norms, I have been able to see the unique aspects that I prefer and the aspects that are different but valid. By first-hand experiences, I have been able to uproot the ethnocentrism that has jaded my perception to assume that similar is preferable and different is bad. This service learning project has helped me start to bridge the borders between different cultures to allow easier and more fruitful interaction.